Hello everyone, I'm RC. Got a new, well, it's actually not a new run, it's quite an old run actually, but it is a new commentary. This is Halo Reach, in case you didn't recognize it already. 8th level, the package, legendary, all skulls on, no deaths, solo, mythic. It's actually the world record on this still. Nobody's actually beaten it on legendary, all skulls on. First level is pretty tricky. Basically you got to rush for it. Go for one of the ghosts on the right hand side. Sometimes they spawn much further back and you're going to have to boost through. This one is all the way over here. Thought I was going to get blasted to pieces by all these Fjord gun grunts that are standing all around me. Didn't happen. Lucky, still taking damage from these guys. Managed to get out time just in time. That's incredibly difficult to do on foot. If you want to do a speedrun of it, you have to do that. If you don't, then you might be able to have just enough ammo to get through it. But it's still going to take you a lot of time. It's going to be very difficult. You're going to have to be very precise with all your shots. Tank section, basically no better way to do it. You're just going to still have to roll through, blasting everything to hell. Some enemies on the left hand side here that you can't really see very well. They're all sort of hidden in the darkness there. I always like exploding these plasma batteries because it's fun. Oh, still one alive. That's not good. And I was hiding behind a rock because there's some ghosts up the way. Take those out as well. Still one shot even on legendary all skulls on. Just going to hop out for just a second, pick up a plasma pistol. This is going to help me with a trick when I get to the gate that's just outside on your sword base. Sword base. As you can tell, I'm really good at enunciating words. And Carter's telling me to move on, and I'm already up to the tank section. Most people would still be fighting in the first section. He says that no matter how fast you go. And these tyrant guns, you have to take both of them out. I think shooting the main gun, it takes like 13, you can count it. I'm not going to bother really. I know it's somewhere about that. It's about 6 on legendary I think, so it's double that. And since this one takes so long, I don't really want to spend time shooting the other one as well. So there's actually a little trick you can do to take out the second one very quickly. I'll show you that in just a second. Watch out for the banshees, gonna have to take out a few of them. There are a lot that come spawning if you don't move through this area really quickly. And see, I'm leaving the second one for now just so I can concentrate on taking out these banshees and avoiding these rocks that are along the path here. So I'm just gonna have a little turn around, aim for the core, boom, one shot kill, dead. I really like that. Watch out for the sniper tower here. There's a couple of ghosts over to the right hand side. Obviously there were Fjord gun grunts in that sniper tower. Sometimes they're not always killed when you just shoot the sniper tower. So you're going to have to be watching for them to walking off to the right there. There we go. Whoops, want this guy out as well. Remember that when you've got blind on, your aim for vehicles is in the exact center of the screen. When you're on foot, when you've got just your DMR or a plasma pistol, it's actually slightly below the center of the screen. So bear in mind that you're going to have to change how you use your weapons basically. Revenant, there's some turrets you've got to take out. One over there, there's one up here with a Fjord gun. First priority as soon as you can see him. I had some issues on that legendary run. I had to like jump out of my vehicle and I thought I was going to get killed. As you will have seen, I posted it fairly recently. And now here is where the plasma pistol comes from, or comes in handy rather. I think it was Dark Devastation or somebody like that who showed this trick off first. It's really sweet. So basically you overcharge EMP Revenant and then you have to circle or strafe around all of his Revenant shots, get up to him, board him, punch him in the face, and then I'm just in time for the door opening so I can just go through it. And then with the Revenant I can just boost straight through it. Sometimes try and take out these guys. There's a bit of a strong auto aim, so sometimes you'll get veered off course a little bit. And then sometimes I try and destroy that grunt on the turret, but it doesn't often work. So a brand new plasma pistol there if you want it. Not going to really need it in this section because it's just jackals and a few skirmishes actually. Where did that plasma pistol come from? Sorry, plasma grenade. I just heard one going off in the background. So there should be plenty of DMR ammo. I should still have quite a lot because I didn't use it at the start of the level. Some more there. Hey, what are you doing down here? Kill him. Sword here. I really like using it here. It's like you don't often get to use a sword. I mean, you did in Halo 3 because of the flood. Didn't in ODST. I don't think it was even in the game. So getting to use it on Mythic, it's a real privilege. Also use a focus rifle in this level. That's going to be in just a minute. Benefit of the sword is black eye, get your shields back. And then turn around, I was going to headshot these guys, and then they're like, what are you doing in my face? Oh, I ended up just shooting them as well. Or meleeing, or, you know, improvising. You guys made a big mistake. And then one more here, he's got a focus rifle. Cowbell! Woo! Take him out. And then here's a full focus rifle. Gonna use that in the next room. Crouch straight up, those ones, it's a little tricky. Obviously can do that section faster, this little spiral hallway. If you know a guy called Naked Eli, he had a very impressive LASO challenge run. That's basically LASO without blind, so it doesn't beat my run because it's not the same category of difficulty. But it's very cool, and he was much more aggressive in there. Basically going up straight up the pillar in the center. And he used a Banshee for the most of the time in the final Glacier. But I'm going to use the Wraith, and I think the Wraith is much better, unless you're completely insane like he is. And I am to a certain extent. So I've got my focus rifle. It basically acts like a constant energy beam. It has the similar properties to the plasma pistol. So, especially since they're camo elites, the Spec Ops ones, you can still take the shields off pretty quickly. And since it travels instantly, you don't have to pepper them. That's why I like it quite a lot. And you've got quite a lot of ammo. You can even go back for another one if you want. Or bring another one with you. If you do eventually run out, then you've still got the plasma pistols. You've still got, I think, a couple of plasma rifles as well. Health pack here. Didn't pick it up straight away because I knew I still had a bit of shield. Didn't want to waste it. So, is it looking fairly clear? Somewhere back there. Can't really see them. Where is it? One left, maybe? You can see the general in the background. You can also take him out right now with either a plasma pistol or the focus rifle. And once you take out all the camo elites here, that's when the general elite's going to come out and stand at the top of his little ramp. Sort of like comboing with the focus rifle and the DMR. I like it. That's something you can do in multiplayer as well, actually. One person taking people's shields off really quickly and another person just popping them in the head. Gonna overcharge, get my shields and health back. Because there's one more camo elite that I've left in there. And since this is a speed run and I don't really want to spend time just shooting at that general elite from long range. Did I pick up a... Yeah, I did pick up a hologram. Just gonna use that so I can jump across this structure. Just for a little bit of flair.
This is it. In here.
One thing I didn't know at the time when I did this, you can actually do a sprint jump from the near side of that all the way to the ledge straight away. And obviously you could do that right at the start of the battle. It's much riskier than what I did, but it's still possible. So second section, the Glacier now. It's a firefight map, of course. By far the longest section of the mission, because it is more or less a firefight section. Basically, you have to defend the area, kill all the enemies. The enemies all sort of congregate around the entrance to this facility. Right in front of where Carter and June and Emil are hanging out. Start off, going to equip myself with a jetpack. I've already got a plasma pistol, I think. It's a bunch of health packs. I think there's 8. 4 on this side, 4 on the other side. Jetpacks, there's 4 there. And they don't respawn, by the way. So, obviously on LASO you'll be fine, since if one of you dies, you're going to have to go back to the checkpoint. But if you're allowing deaths and people are respawning, those jetpacks aren't going to be respawning. When people die, you're just going to lose them. I saw a similar trick on my legendary run of this. They always, nearly always, there's a Banshee flying over that little facility building. Makes themselves really easy to hijack. Gonna take out the other one. On legendary all scores on, you're much more durable in the Banshee than you were on just legendary because you've got the tilt and Mythic Skull. Mythic Skull doubles your health, and Tilt Skull makes things like spike rifles not do much damage to you. But since the enemies also have the same effects, your plasma cannons don't do much, and the Furod gun bomb doesn't do much either. So what you end up doing is using your Banshee like a battering ram. Which I'm not particularly good at. I keep getting stuck on the ground because I can't see where the contours are. Ow. See, on legendary I'd probably be dead right now, but I can just shrug it off. It's kind of awesome actually. So that's why in some ways I do prefer playing on LASO than legendary. Because it just felt too much like paper on legendary. Keep splattering everyone, keep splattering everyone. If you're better at this, obviously you can go faster. And again, if you want to see basically this entire fight done with the Banshee on LASO Challenge, check out Naked Eli's video of this. I'm just going to do it for a little bit at the start, and then we're going to go into the Wraith. It's much safer. And if you actually want to do this for fun, for the challenge, for any weekly challenges that you're still working on your Halo Reach leveling, then that's probably the method you're going to want to do.
Watch out for the Wraith!
Ooh, Wraith. Whooped. So while I'm there, I'm just going to take out a few more enemies. Try and splatter them along the way. Because I'm taking a little bit of damage, and I'm not quite good enough in the Banshee to do it the whole way. As I said though, for all skulls on, this is still the world record. And you would have to do something aggressive like Eli did if you wanted to beat this. Because there's nothing that I did really wrong with this strategy. It was a good execution of this strategy. You'd need something more aggressive and more insane. And now it's mine. So plasma pistoling the back of the Wraith lowers it, so that makes it slightly easier to jump on. And then I want to crouch in behind the Ultra Elites that's sitting on the turret, melee him or plasma pistol him, and you got to be right in behind him so you don't get hit in the back by the plasma mortar of the Wraith, and so that the guy on the turret can't turn around and hit you as well. And then I had to board the Wraith to knock off the hatch, and then I had to plasma pistol him. And if anybody says, oh, just get in the turret and the guy driver will be knocked out, that doesn't work on this Wraith because it's scripted. He will not get out that way. So you have to knock off the hatch and you have to kill him. I can't count how many comments I get like that. And it's really frustrating. People thinking that they give me a great piece of advice, and it's like, actually I've tried that, dude. So now you know. Can't do it on this one. So the Wraith Mortar is obviously way more powerful. It can splatter guys much more reliably, much wider, much more heavy. And I'm looking for the next waves coming in. Where are they? Still another enemy alive? No? Oh, there you are, finally. Get in the fight, guys. Is that it? I can't see any. Just going to take this little lull in fighting, activate the other turrets. They don't do a lot of damage, but they do a little, and they'll slow the enemies up, make them a little bit more static as they're trying to, do counter fire against turrets.
Hold on, Spartans. I'm getting close.
Wave number 2. You'll see me throwing a few plasma mortars at this Phantom. Don't do that, it's basically a waste, because I think it takes something like 12 I think it's
Another Phantom dropping troops to
like
flank us.
6 on normal legendary,
Maybe we
so
can
on
grab a
legendary
med
goes
to
on
get
with
trained
mythic
to fight
skull
them
it's
down.
going to be like 12, and you can't do enough shots on it to kill it before it just flies away anyway, so there's no point. Just concentrate on the little guys. Couple of elites. Somebody's shooting me in the back.
Turret recharging.
Obviously your shields are going to go down, but in Halo Reach you have the 3 segments of health, so it can still recharge within each segment. Black Eye doesn't affect the health recharging. So you can take a little bit of fire, and obviously the health on your Wraith will recharge as well in similar sort of segmenters. Like once pieces start blowing off, then you know it won't be able to recharge the health any more than a certain amount.
Recharging.
Woo! Taking out those guys. But as I said, there's like 8 health packs at the facility door, so when there are lulls between waves you can actually just rush up there, get another health pack, and then you've obviously got the shields back as well, so that's going to be put you in good stead for the next wave. But you just got to work your way through it now. Well, some poor shots now and then. This is the method I did in my LASO challenge, like full game run. Well, it was sort of LASO challenge. I mean, I didn't have iron on because in LASO challenge no deaths isn't actually enforced in part of the rules. Because obviously in co-op you can die, and in solo you can just save and quit. So I just thought it's equivalent difficulty. When I did that, whenever it was, last year or something. It was a pretty significant milestone for me, and I can't remember when I did it, but I did it. And when I got to this level, legendary, most of the skulls on, I did the same method as this, and I don't think I died here. It was pretty reliable. Ultra elites are obviously going to be the ones that take a lot of shots, because they tend to dodge quite a bit too. The ranger ones, they're dodgy, but once you hit them, they obviously go down pretty quick. Not sure I actually shot anything there. So things are leaving. I can hear the Phantom going up behind me, and I knew that there was more enemies that were approaching me from behind, so I just turn around, boost straight at them. Usually get a triple kill, and I got the double that time. Seeing if there are any more enemies. No, no. So this is what I was just talking about. In between waves, you got a little bit of time. Go grab another health pack. And obviously it's not ideal having to knock off the hatch, because if you had that hatch there you wouldn't take as much damage directly. But it had to be done. Some people, when they went with the Wraith method, they were sort of up on the right hand side, over the bridge, up near that door where they actually come into this area. I'm stuck on this piece of geometry here. But the problem with that was that you had to shoot from such a long way away that the enemies had a really long time while the mortar was in the air to actually dodge it. So that ended up taking more like half an hour, 40 minutes than 22 minutes that this ends up being. 22 minutes 17 seconds in fact, and that's using the theatic timer, which is equivalent to the in-game timer, just with a little bit of added error because I have to manually add it up. Hunt is here, wave 3, unique to legendary. Not a huge threat, and you can use the little bit of a rise here to hide yourself from them. Phantom should have just come and dropped them like right straight on your face. Probably could have done more damage then, even if they still would have died. Now I'm getting shot by a Ghost. Gonna have to take a little break to take this guy out. Yeah! Shouldn't have bothered, man. Okay, where's that other hunter? There he is. Hunters are something that are a real pain to take out with anything other than the Wraith. And you can actually leave them right till the end, but you will have to kill everything else. I mean, in fact, you can end the level with them still alive, because they're not part of the required kills. It's like most of the enemies have to be dead from this wave for the final wave to trigger. Another Ghost, 4 total you have to take out. Should avoid one shots if you can get a nice solid hit like that. Isn't it funny how like elites just running around, they're more powerful than the Ghosts? Fast but fragile. I love the body physics of them flying around.
Just a little more.
Final wave! Whoa. Oh, I think he did a face plant against the wall, that one. Not good for him. Okay, final wave. 2 grunts with Furor guns. 3 elites. 4 elites. 3 elites come out, and then a 4th elite comes out who has a sword, general elite, and then an engineer comes out. And sometimes the phantoms disappear as well. It does not, you know, turn into an engineer. People just got this mistaken impression because the engineer comes out of the phantom. The phantom itself just glitches and it just disappears. It's nothing to do with the engineer. See, that time it disappeared. The engineer came out and then it disappeared. It didn't turn into it. Okay, I've seen that misconception a lot. The elite with the sword is really aggressive, but he always likes to run in a straight line. It's not very intelligent. And then you'll have to kill the engineer, and then that's when the elites who had their attention on the rest of the noble team will sometimes make their way down to you. You guys gonna come out and play? Oh, got one. Got really close to the end now. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Well done, Spartans. I'm opening the laboratory door.
And so Dr. Holzer said, well done Spartans, I'm opening laboratory door. At the time there was still 2 enemies left, so I could have gone straight for it actually. But you know, you get so far and you've tried so hard and you don't want it to not matter. Hit the button, there we go. Level over, legendary all scores on, Halo Reach, level 8 package, 22 minutes 17 seconds, still the current world record. So, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I'm RC, and hopefully I will be seeing you tomorrow.